34 now.
What I think we all need to do now is to wait and see exactly what comes back. I don't know what's going to be in it. I don't know that anybody knows what's going to be in it, so I'm not going to speculate. I'm going to wait.
Alaska Republican Senator Lisa Murkowski expressing confidence in the FBI's investigation into Judge Brett Kavanaugh. As we learn, the probe could wrap up as early as today. This comes as a new letter written by Dr. Christine Blasey Ford's ex-boyfriend pokes holes in her sworn testimony to the Senate, including where Ford told senators she never had a discussion with anyone on how to take a polygraph. California Democratic Congressman Eric Swalwell sits on both the House Intelligence and Judiciary Committees. He joins us now. Congressman, good morning to you.
Good morning.
So,
good morning. Thanks for having me back.
What do you think about what you're hearing? And I'm sure you've had a chance to see this letter to the chairman from her ex-boyfriend that says, eyewitness Dr. Ford helped McLean prepare for a potential polygraph exam. And this was her testimony. Let's listen to it.
Have you ever had discussions with anyone besides your attorneys on how to take a polygraph?
Never.
And I don't just mean countermeasures, but I mean just any sort of tips or anything like that.
No.
Have you ever given tips or advice to somebody who is looking to take a polygraph test?
Never.
Your response?
It should all be investigated, but I don't think it's fair to selectively try and contradict what Dr. Ford said, but to just ignore all of the contradicting evidence about what Judge Kavanaugh said. So if the FBI, is going to pursue this, or if Chairman Grassley wants them to pursue this, they should also pursue the roommates of Judge Kavanaugh, who said that he was incoherently drunk. No. Many of them have said that they've reached out to the FBI.
We know that the FBI is pursuing both sides, so we know that
I don't think that's true.
We know the investigation's ongoing, and we know that that could potentially
again, I don't think that's
today.
true, Sandra.
What do you know? Tell us.
Well, I know a number of people who have contradicted Judge Kavanaugh's accounts that have minimized his drinking, have not been able to get a hold of the FBI, that Debbie Ramirez has provided 20 names to the FBI, and that those people have not been contacted, according to Debbie Ramirez's lawyers. I hope that they're all contacted, because I think that's the best way to find the truth, is to interview all of the witnesses.
All right. So let's now go to the confrontation that happened with Jeff Flake that really changed everything. He ultimately said we should take a pause, we should let the FBI investigate. And what we're now learning about those two women who confronted him in the elevator, it was assumed, and it did seem, that it was organic. These appeared to be very powerful protests, and now we're learning more about those women. They are involved with a nonprofit called Center for Popular Democracy that's received funding from liberal billionaire George Soros, and there are records that show this. Anna Maria Enquila is who you see right now confronting Flake. She is the group's co-executive director. Soros donated $1.5 million to the Center for Popular Democracy in 2016 and 2017. How can you say this isn't political?
Well, I don't think those women are defined by any organization they're affiliated with. I think much of their life has been sadly defined by the sexual assault that they were victimized by. And so I think it's demeaning to suggest that they are not sexual assault survivors because they affiliate with an organization. I can't turn a TV channel without seeing a confirmed Kavanaugh ad. So both groups have interests here. That's what is so great about our democracy. But I think it's demeaning to say that these women are not survivors, or that their sexual assault should be minimized because they affiliate with an organization.
I don't know that anybody's saying that, but it's definitely information.
Well, you're suggesting
it's definitely information worth knowing. And about the politics of this, let's listen to Cory Booker.
My hope is that just beyond the vicious partisan rancor that is going on, beyond the accusations, we don't lose sight of what this moral moment is about in this country. And ultimately ask ourselves the question, is this the right person to sit on the highest court in the land for a lifetime appointment? And then ultimately, not whether he's innocent or guilty, this is not a trial, but ultimately, have enough questions be raised that we should not move on to another candidate.
So will you accept the outcome of the FBI investigation?
If they're allowed to follow all of the evidence, of course I will. And the FBI is capable of conducting this investigation if they're not put on a leash.
Congressman Eric Swalwell, it's a conversation everybody's having right now. We'll see if we learn anything further today, whether a vote happens this week. What are your expectations finally on that? You think this vote will happen?
If the investigation is complete, they should bring it to a vote. But if it's not, there's no need to rush this. The Supreme Court should, have credible judges of integrity. That's more important than anything.
Congressman Eric Swalwell, thank you for coming on the program.
My pleasure.